Okay, good morning, everybody. Talked about it yesterday. Here it is, Jund Crimes. Been loving Freestrider Lookout. Oh, hold on, sorry. My mic has been, like, every day, like, at the beginning of the stream, I, like, adjust the mic, and then it almost falls off. Freestrider Lookout has been awesome. I think the Valakut deck we played it in yesterday was the best looking so far. We 4-1 two leagues, and I was like, this card is just so nice. 3 mana, 3/3 reach. Whenever you commit a crime, look at the top 5 cards of your library, put a land from among them on the battlefield tapped, rest in the bottom. I thought Magda would have been the best crime enabler. You know, it's 2 mana, treasures are really good, and you can turn those treasures into dragons, but Lookout has just been, like, so much board advantage, and, you know, just kills your opponent in the Valakut deck, makes some card advantage, too. I thought that we would end up being a Jund Saga deck, but I had some issues with, like, the mana requirements, which is usually a problem with Jund Saga, right? And then also when you play Urza Saga, you also have to play, like, a lot of Urza Saga targets. Like, there's I'm like, do I want to play the Boots? Do I play the Shadow Spear? Do I want to main deck Haywire? I definitely need to main deck a Claws. So it's like minimum 3, probably like 4 of these effects. And I found it very difficult to strike a balance of a good density of threats and removal while having these like 3 or 4 little shitty Urza Saga artifacts, right? And the mana is pretty bad. So I ended up moving into a creature land direction, playing 4 Din of the Bugbear and 1 Restless Cottage. And at the moment of time to make this comment, I'm pretty happy with these lands. I think I also, it's possible you want to play 2 Restless Cottages. I'm not really sure, but Restless Cottage commits a crime when it attacks. It exiles a card from a graveyard, which is awesome. It also makes a food token and can gain some life, which is certainly like a late game thing. But there's a lot of burn and there's a lot of prowess. I played some Dragon Claws on the sideboard, kind of torn between Dragon's Claw and Weather the Storm. I think Claw is a little bit better. We got a lot of red cards, and you can actually don't have to hold up mana. You can just play this, which is nice. But yeah, Freestrider Lookout, just dumping a bunch of creature lands into play, and you put so many lands into play with Lookout, you're actually going to be able to do this a lot. And this is kind of like your late game outgrind and plan, which I think is pretty good. Pretty nice against control too, which is kind of popular at the moment. Definitely liking Angrath's Rampages too. Not only is this a solid answer to Leyline Scion, but it also helps you deal with the One Ring, which could be an issue for Jund decks. It's also kind of nice against Yawgmoth too, where it can kill Cauldron or Grist, which are 2 kind of problematic cards for that matchup. Definitely liking this card. Cling to Dust. I almost very nearly played a 3rd Cling to Dust. But Cling to Dust is an instant speed crime committer, which is awesome. It's a recurable crime committer too, and when you have so much mana, it's nice to have this mana sink too. Channeler also is going to be fueling the yard pretty well, I think, for Cling to Dust to have lots of yummy food. We get to play a Jegantha deck. I didn't like at least 3 edicts in the 75 for Leyline Sign. We also had the Pick Your Poison, so we're like a little bit overboard on edicts, but Sudden Edict is also like incidentally good against Murktide and Scam, where against Murktide, they can't counter this card, which is really nice. Like, if they go Murktide with Counterspell up, that could be really tough for Jund. Just Edict them is awesome. And it's also, like, surprisingly, I think, pretty good against Rakdos. It's not very good against Bowmaster, but what you can't... Like, a lot of times the problem against Rakdos, you have these black-based removal deck spells, and you're like, they could just have it in a Undying effect, but you can't Undying against Edict, which is kind of nice. So just, like, one little bit of fluff. I think Rampage is better main deck instead of Edict, better sideboard for these kind of effects. 1 Needle for ring decks and coffers. Been on Angrath's Rampage for years. Well, I don't think Angrath's Rampage has been good for years, but I think it's been good. I think it's good now that we have Ring and Leyline Scion to deal with. Okay, well, there's a problem. You can't, like, if they play the Ring, you can't just immediately Rampage them. So, like, there's a little bit of awkwardness there, but it's an out. Plus, where we have Pick Your Poisons and Needles, which helps some more. Anything else? I think this is it. Oh. Accidentally cut a Magda. Let's get enough Magda back in there. I do still like Magda a lot. Magda is a good modern card. We played her in a lot of shells, and I like her. That being said, Lookout has been just such a crazy crime card. Yeah, Pick Your Poison doesn't commit crimes. Angrath's Rampage does. We have... so we're also not playing in the Claws in the main deck, because it's just... I don't think you have enough removal, and I think Cling is kind of a better graveyard hate spell in this deck too, and it's like late game card advantage sync, which you kind of need. But we have a lot of cards that commit crimes. This is 4, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 17, 6, 23, 24. Plus also the Mortuary. Like, almost half the deck. All right, keep this. What you bringing to Effenham today? Oh, just the Molten Collapse strategy. Would Breach dilute the deck point too much? I don't know. I think Breach, competes with Cling to us a little bit. Cling is really good. I think Cling is always really weird in Jund, where you're like, okay, I'm gonna cast Breach. I'm gonna draw like 6 or 7 cards, but none of them necessarily are going to like really actively contribute to a game plan. Terminal Hedge Mage makes you think we're maybe up against Twiddle Storm. We can go and graveyard this and then pick it up with the Wrenn and Six. How easy is it to get Delirium these days? Very easy. Just like whenever you put this card in your deck, very easy. I think it's really good that this is a deck that gets to play Unholy Heat. I think there's a lot of removal spell options in Modern, obviously, between Bolt, Heat, Push, Prismatic Ending. If you can enable Delirium for Unholy Heat, this is something you really, really want to be doing. Okay, could still be Twiddle Storm, but I think that they're more likely to be playing some kind of fair strategy. I commit a crime. In response, they Solitude, making Freestrider Lookout a nice, clean 3-for-1, baby! Let's fucking go! Assuming I hit a land. Even a Surveil land. Nice. And the graveyarding that land is also just equal to drawing a card. So we're up against... So they pitched Alishnor, so I guess we're just like 4-color? Could be a weird blue-white list. They have their own Wrenn and Six. Do they need to pick up the land? No, they ping. Plays a Boseiju for turn. So let's go and look at our top card here. Another land. We're playing 24 lands in the deck. I think it's probably best for me to grab a basic force. I know I could get my second Surveil land, but I want to be able to cycle Cling, and then if I brick, just put Jegantha in my hand and heat the Wrenn and Six. Another land. It's nice that we have a lot of mana sinks. We got Jegantha, we got Cling to Dust. Let's Surveil lands, but we're, flooding a little bit here. Get the Bauble draw. Another land. It doesn't matter what deck you play on the stream, I guess. We did Cling to Dust there, Misty, so yeah, and they don't have another fetch land, so that's awesome. I cannot believe I drawn another land here. What the fuck? Just another Aspiring Spike Monday, I guess. I think I'm actually not going to pick up a land, since... We also have of the lands we've drawn, we have 5 creature lands. None of them have been creature lands. We might win anyways. Think we got the nice 3-for-1. Got Surveil here. Got Cling to Dust. Jegantha will save us. Okay, we have Delirium, and we get to, use this to maybe fuel the Cling to Dust. Also, it is a spell. I will attack the Wrenn and Six, I think. Okay. This is, 2-for-0, basically. I don't think... I mean, you could obviously register Soul of Windgrace. It's a legal card, but I don't know that I would. Interesting. I want to save the Cling to Dust for the Wrenn and Six, possibly. I'll trade if they attack. And I could Cling now for the Surveil. Let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the basic mountain and then just cling. If they drew a fetch land, you know, we get a little punished, but... So 2 of the fetch lands, 3 of the fetch lands, then the Unholy Heat. I'll have Delirium after. Oh wait, it's escape 5. Well, yeah, I don't want to have to Boseiju for Delirium. Just let the trade happen. Yeah, sorry, I thought I would be able to maintain Delirium. Obviously, we could with the Surveil potentially, but just let the trade happen, and then we could maybe Wrenn and Six Ultimate. Although if they're pinging, I guess that's going to be a little bit tougher, huh? So you still get rid of the fetch lands. Let's get rid of the second channeler, I guess. Now, still technically have Delirium. Draw another Verdant Catacombs. And we draw Thoughtseize. Another Tidebinder, maybe? How close are you to playing Pillage the Bog? Pillage the Bog is not good in Jund like this. Pillage the Bog is good if... Whoa. I don't know how this took so long to resolve. Maybe it has whatever. I'm going to take the ring. Pillage of the Bog is not good in these kind of decks, in my opinion. I think you need to play it in decks that have combos. Decks that have one specifically powerful card that you're digging for. Not in a deck like this. I was very far away from playing it, simply put. Huh, that is a funny card to see on top. So, yeah, they can't cast Omnath. Yeah, they can't cast Omnath. They can Legend Rule and pick up the Boseiju. Thankfully, we drew the Thoughtseize through the ring. Yeah, there's a Magda. Yeah, wild that we've drawn so many lands, and we have 5 creature lands, and none of them are creature lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 out of our 24 lands. Of the 9 remaining lands, 5 of them are creature lands. So to play Magda, I'm going to ping their Wrenn and Six, and then in their upkeep, I will heat the Wrenn and Six. So my opponent's hand is Boseiju, Omnath, Supreme Verdict, and then they will draw a new card here. So if they can get a white source and they can cast the Omnath. Kind of nice that they have to cast Omnath before they Verdict. I did talk about Saga. There's a lot going on. I think Tile Striker fits well in this deck. Please, I know we're flooding. Please reflame chat. I know anytime we ever flood on this channel, chat is just itching to be like, have you considered Card Advantage card from 2014? Grindy card from 2014? Not today, chat. You're a ring? Alright, can I have priority back, please? Thank you. So another crime committed here. Another land. They probably should just Legend Roll Boseiju get it 4 if they don't have another land. So there's Supreme Verdict, and it'll be a bunch of mystery cards after they draw, unfortunately. We escape Cling to Dust 3 times. Caster Jegantha. Not usually gonna have this many lands in play without criming them into play. Weird first game. Matchup's also, you know, classically pretty bad. That was a fast Tidebinder. Oh, they Tidebindered the Magda, though. Not the Boseiju. Weird. Would not have expected that to be the line. Wrenn and Six down, though. 3 cards in their hand. Kind of a greedy attack. Got this Den of the Bugbear that can fire up. I draw a removal spell for Tidebinder. Just another Den. Okay, so do the old Reduke. Multiple activation, multiple tokens. We only have 24 lands in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 5 left in our 28 cards. Yeah, I was counting the lands in exile. So I'm kind of expecting my opponent to block a 1/1 and then I can ping it with Wrenn and Six. It's okay too. Fortunately, I had to use a treasure for this. Dead to a Wrenn and Six, dead to a Bolt. Good win this game. Weirdly enough. Could lose this game too. Yeah, I probably did to Explore. Not that they have that card. I think they would have cast Wrenn and Six if they had. Oh, they Supreme Verdicts before attacking. Interesting play. Which reprint would you like to see me see? Oh, just whatever you want. Just let me know. I'll forward it along. Waterfall, 20 months. Started a new job Monday after 7 months unemployment. Let's go. Congrats. Huge news. Okay. Doing this again. Just thinking if I want to play play Den of the Bugbear here, or just play Cottage. I think it's Cottage. Then pick up the Den. Wait, your turn. Tough third Solitude there. We're trying to look at a bucket. That's what we did all day on yesterday's stream, and it was really good. Haven't seen that card in a while. Second Elish Nord. The first one got pitched to Solitude earlier. So yeah, we are actually dead to Omnath trigger here, exactly. Okay. Game 2. Tough game 1 there. We also drew another land for turn too. Like we had the last 2 turns we had 6 out of like 28 cards were lands, drew a land. Next turn 5 out of like 20, 28 or 27 lands, drew a land. Crazy. How these games can happen. Is what it is. Gonna bring in the Needle, gonna bring in the Pick Your Poisons. Angrath Rampage can answer shield, but Algernon also like just doesn't stop any card in our deck. We have no ETBs. I think we just go down -2 lightning bolts, and then command is pretty bad where like the discard mode's not very good, the return creature mode's not very good. We want to play second Boseiju. We have Pick Your Poisons for the maybe just one Boseiju is good. Let's do one Boseiju. Okay, on the play. Reveal Jegantha. Okay, I'll keep Channeler into Channeler Thoughteize on the play. Yeah, at least they're not going to Wrenn and Six on turn 2. Looking for a green source. Keeping, I guess. So this Leyline Binding is not castable next turn. I think I'm taking it still. It's the best card in their hand. Not rocket science. I think I'm graveyarding this. They can't cast the Endurance. It's kind of a pain for me if they get the mana. I guess I'll take the Eldarmer's Call. It's not the worst. I think I'm supposed to keep it. Kind of weird draws. Well, they got a blue-red land with Endurance in their hand? They put a card on top. So if I go Lookout into Ping, then they could just Tidebinder me. So I think I'll Thoughtseize first. Maybe they'll Tidebinder the Channeler. Okay. We can cast the Lookout if we draw a... Or if we... Oh, sorry, we don't get the Surveil land, obviously. Okay. So their hand is just Endurance Solitude, and they are very far away from casting either. Oh, sorry, I meant to ping them, and then for some reason my brain is like... Last turn's like if I attack, I get to... if they block, I get to do a thing. Sorry. Okay, got the same 3-for-1 we got last turn with Freestrider. I'm going to not chump block next turn. Their hand is right now, it's just an Endurance. I'm going to Surveil end of turn, and if I don't like the card I Surveil into, I will Surveil in my upkeep as well. Wrenn and Six down. Not that my Channeler has abilities at the moment, but I'm getting closer to Delirium. Let's go for Raucous Theater first. So I guess we Surveil the second Surveil land to the top, and then fetch it in the upkeep, because I only have 2. I would love if I could do this Ampa Jegantha in my hand, but this is, I think, still going to be good enough for me to make my opponent sacrifice a creature, and they'll give me my 4th type for Delirium, Channeler online. My opponent very far away from hardcasting and Endurance. But they do have a Leyline Binding, so... They have an uncastable Endurance in their hand. And we're in top deck mode, but I have Jegantha. One step closer to that Endurance. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I thought Angrath's Rampage would give me Delirium, obviously. I have plenty of sorcerers. They have a green surveil. They do, yeah, the blue-green surveil. Also Lush Portico. Put Zaga Triumph in the yard. Then they draw Hedge Mage. So next turn they can cast the Endurance. And they put a Flooded Strand in the yard off here. Surveillance, I think, a nice addition to Modern. Obviously they are really, really efficient for what they do, but I think they've been a positive change. Okay. Good top deck for them. Definitely like Jun's worst matchup. It's kind of tough to run into first thing in the morning here. So I guess I need to heat this Wrenn and Six probably, since with the Zagoth Trail that they surveilled in the yard, it's actually a nice source of card advantage. And I'll wait on the Unholy Heat until after I draw, because I could draw a crime card or a channeler. This is deck when a single unearth with that much lightning rods creatures are too small ball. We only have 12 creatures. I'm not gonna play unearth. I think. I don't know. Every time we flood a couple games in a row, chat's always like, Spike, what about this like grindy S card? We got 5 creature lands in the deck. We're just not drawing them. It is what it is. Astral's Cling to Dust. I'd take this hit. Good next. I'm gonna keep this hand. Just not sure if I should be leading on Thoughtseize or not. I think we'll lead on Thoughteize. I think having 4 drops to this deck would be nice pair of Magda. Anyone suggesting any changes to deck, please tell me what the hell you would cut for 4 drops. That would be awesome. Would love that. I'm gonna take this Profane Tutor, I think, here. So, Cling, Crime. It's another Crime. Yeah, chat's always like, let's add some fucking grind. It's just like clockwork. Every time we flood 2 games in a row. Spike, 4 drops? 4 drops? Titles Tracker? What about Titles Tracker? Just can't. Can't today, chat. Thank you. Okay, you discard a card and deal 2 damage. Make a dragon. So untap land lets me present lethal. Maybe we'll find an Angel's Grace. Tap land. Hey, opponent, you get an extra turn. What, cutting 1 command into Clings for Relics? I think the Clings are really, really, really good in this deck. I would also not ever play Relic of Progenitus in a Dragon Rage's Channeler Unholy Heat deck. I would play Claws over Relic. Got Magda for Chandra Inferno. Hell yeah, appreciate you. This Phyrexian on life? Kind of looks like a Pinhead Prism, maybe, and I guess not on life. Okay, so they bought themselves an extra turn, and their Spoils the Vault is pretty dang nice here. Let me go ahead and crack this. Not a lot of point in attacking with a creature land right now, since the unlife just doesn't matter. Obviously, if I draw on a... Oh, I guess, yeah, I guess there's really, yeah. Not anything that's changing anything here, huh? So another side of hand, if they can find Thassa's Oracle, they're going to win the game. They miss, we're going to win the game. KZ, Twitch Prime, thank you, welcome back. They suspend a Profane Tutor. I'm going to commit a crime with a Cling to Dust. It looks like we are going to have 10 damage. Do they have an Angel's Grace? The Magda. So obviously can fire up a creature land. I just don't know how much it really matters. I'm thinking of just going Lookout into Rampage, commit a crime, make another dragon. Don't think it really matters. Okay, so my opponent has nothing. They die. If they have Angel's Grace, they live. We know their hand is Spoils of the Vault, Pact of Negation, Mystery card. Wait, does Angel's Grace even save them? It's been a while since I played against Ad Naz. I think Angel's Grace actually doesn't do anything because it only puts their life total to 1, but their life total was already below 1. So I think they still take the infect damage, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time. I foolishly did not come too prepared for the Ad Naz matchup. Damping, their combo is kind of a 3-card combo, so Damping Sphere does tax their mana in a pretty big way. Pick Your Poison is kind of good against Pinhead Prism. It's at the very least a lot better than Angrath's Rampage, although Rampage does commit a crime, I suppose. Don't have too many Boseijuable, tutorable lands either. Yeah, die and upkeep 2, in fact. I think, yeah, that sounds right. Okay, let's submit this. Orvar is for creativity, just like it always is. Yeah, Boseiju is good against Sunlife. We have 4 disenchants. They can deal enchantments. We also have 1 Kolaghan's Command. Feels like an okay number. Opponent's on a mold to 6 on the play here. Gonna look like a weird hand, but Thoughtseize is our most important card. Let's keep it. Opponent suspends a Lotus Bloom. Always playing this turn 1. Another tap land's awkward. I'm gonna keep it. Is this Pinhead Prism? Is it Profane Tutor? It's Profane Tutor. Scary card against the Thoughtseizes. Well, sure, I'm glad that Leyline of Sanctity was on the top of their library, not in their opening hands. Broccoli Head, 25 months. Thank you, welcome back. Hope you're doing well, too. So Profane Tutor is coming down next turn. For me to lose the game in this spot, my opponent would need to have drawn land or Angel's Grace or Spoils, and then tutor for the other half, or like draw the land. They usually run 4 Thassa's Oracles. I think I'm gonna just go Magda Thoughtseize. Oh shit. Nice. So they get both these down this turn. Oh, Pillage the Bog and no, this does sound really good actually. Cool. Pillage super good in combo decks. I have no idea what my opponent would tutor for in this spot. Maybe Unlife. Maybe, I guess Ad Nauseam is kind of reasonable. Wouldn't expect it to be the Preordain. Isn't tutor just better because they rarely get to more than 4 lands? Demonic Tutor is better than Pillage the Bog. This is not Demonic Tutor. You will not always just be casting these cards on turn 2. Pillage is a much better top deck, but these cards also play really well together because you get to go like turn 2 Profane Tutor suspend, turn 3 plot Pillage the Bog, untap, resolve Profane Tutor, plot cast Pillage the Bog for 0 mana. Wombo combo, kill your opponent on turn 4. They play well together. You're obviously just playing 4 of each. It seems awesome. Hey, you can post the list, CJ. I'll take a look. Okay. So for some reason I thought I could still commit a crime with this. I can commit a crime with the Reckless Cottage still. So their hand is Leyline of Sanctity, 2 mystery cards. I'm not sure if that pass back that fast was intentional. Cottage paying off. Alright, you're dead next turn. Guess I should have maybe, take a peek at my sub card. They play 4 Thassa's Oracles. Usually. I like the thoughts here. I'm a Farseek fan. Just kind of surprised to see it in the deck. Yeah, Farseek gets Surveillance. Farseek has really, of course, gotten a lot better. My opponent has revealed Umori the Collector here. So I think we don't need to be too fearful of a Bowmaster. I think that they're probably Umori on sorceries. Just fun. Very funny league so far. 4-color Omnath into Adnaz into Umori. The modern leagues are very, very sick at the moment. Pinto Prism makes the deck suffer artifact hate. Farseek dodges it. I guess, brother. Which is the more powerful card? I don't know. Maybe it might be Farseek. There's also no Lotus Blooms here, which is interesting. Maybe Lotus Bloom just isn't good. Farseek's also good with Pillars of the Bog too. I'm certainly open to it, but I would kind of imagine that the conversation is more like Farseek is the better card in the deck rather than it's like I can't really imagine the choice there is all about dodging artifact hate. Okay, you got Swamp on top. Yeah, the more I'm thinking about Farseek, the better I think it is. Like the permanent ramp is nice in your ring deck. You got Pillars of the Bog. I'm not sure that I love the ring in that build, but it might just be really good since your combo is 3 cards. Consider running Jund for the Valakut Crimes deck. No, I tell me a black card you would want to play in that deck. You know, Pillars of the Bog maybe. That would be it, I guess. Maybe Pillage the Bog is like sick over like the escape shift stuff, but also Pillage with no escape shift is weird. Maybe it's not that weird. Sorry, I'm gonna get a Blood Crypt before we start surveilling. So I don't really mind committing into a sweeper so much here because I have the Den of the Bugbear. Don't have Delirium yet. Yeah, sorcery or creature. Go. Would have been nice to keep the Magda, but I feel like the Delirium matters a lot. So get in for 5 here. I think I'm just gonna ping. Not for the crime, obviously we have the baubles for the crime, but I have Bolt, I've done the Bugbear, they're at 12. Like, even if they damnation me here, under a lot of pressure. Is there not a better combo we can assemble with Bog than Ad Nauseam? Yeah, I don't know. You can play in Escape Shift, you can play it Cabal Coffers. There are good decks you can play. Alright, so almost Damnation or Bust here, since they can't ring me. We played with more Coffers recently, it was very fun. Okay, creature with flying. Main deck, pick your poison. Did I have one? I can't remember. Exile target creature planeswalker. You gain life equal to number of counters on it. They are in deep, huh? Gonna save the treasures. Wildest dreams. What the fuck? Dude, no one has ever had Seasons Past in their deck more than my opponent currently has Seasons Past in their deck. Dude, I'm so not prepared for Memory Coffers today. So Ingress Rampage are blank. Unholy Heat hits only Omori. I think I need to get these cards out of the deck. Seems as if the Boseijus are coming in. Ingress Rampage is at least 2 mana commit a crime, which I think may be better than any other card here. It might make me discard this. No targets for Needle? I can't think of a single one. They're Mori sorceries. Not a lot of activated abilities on sorceries. Yeah, we can cast Orvar off Magda, which is just more relevant than... I don't know, maybe we should have like one Unholy Heat for for Mori. But Mori's just so irrelevant. Let them win one? I think this is a bad matchup. I know we won game one. I mean, maybe the matchup would be worse if their deck was built better with Peace and Love, you know? Not to be mean. This could also kill Mori. Right. Sphere for coffers. Just seems so bad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to play Magda this turn. Wouldn't the split second edict have been better if you just want to crime for color reasons? Yeah, I guess so. Graveyard's a profane tutor. They scryin'. Oh, that Urborg is actually awesome for me because I can Thoughtseize on my turn and cling on theirs. For double crime, although now maybe I'm just going to do both on my turn. Yeah, probably just going to draw into that. Okay, I guess I won't commit into top deck damnation. Just make them flay essence. Then we'll go cycle the cling into Channeler, then Surveil. Looks like they errated Jund Triumph to... Oh, sorry, I forgot to cut the commercial district for the black-based ones. Never mind. No Jund Triumph with Surveil 1. Let's be mana efficient. Did I consider Saga? Yeah, I consider Urza Saga my Jund deck. The problem with Saga is you have to play all these like shitty one drops, and it's like very hard to get a good ratio of like crime committers, threats, and spells. You could play Saga. I found that the balance to feel a lot stronger with this build. I did consider Urza Saga though, for sure. So there's Dark Petition. 3 mana left over. Yeah, been a wild league so far. Trying Caustic Bronco with Troll Fetching Cottage. It's been looking solid. Interesting. Okay, Umori into hand. I guess I'll save the Angrath's Rampage for Umori, potentially. I'm gonna commit to this board. I don't think that my opponent would have tutored a sweeper here. That might be what they tutored. But they should have probably activated coffers first, because now they can't play 2 green cards. I guess they're not very likely to. Not a big deal. Will you play Necrogoyf in this kind of shell? Only in this kind of shell, probably, yeah. Pretty far away from it. I guess, you know, a month. Umori. Doesn't look like it. Dark Petition into another sweeper. Chainer 3 5 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Suggestion for best color pair for Freestrider Lookout at Pioneer. I don't know. Oh, they only have 1 Damnation in their deck? Okay, so I can cling, commit a crime at instant speed here. Save the Rampage for the Umori. We know it's one of their 2 cards. You just know you have 1 Damnation in this deck. You don't also have to be a Loot Tree deck. I guess they have 2 Dark Petitions. Pioneer Mono Green Freestrider might be worth a shot. Maybe. Maybe. Pioneer's a pretty different beast than Modern. Like, I feel like the Demolition Field of Ruin stuff is a lot worse in Pioneer. Where, like, you're just not disrupting broken mana. Yeah, I guess you have multiple bogs. Freestrider goes hard in the black-green Splunking combo deck in my limited testing. Interesting. Okay, so I can Cling to Dust and stop one of these. My opponent's going to have 4 mana left. So I can target Rush of Dread. This is each opponent sacrifices half the creatures in control rounding up. Okay, so this card is literally blank, besides making me... Yeah, this card is, like, actually factually blank at the moment. Dark Petition is pretty good, but it's not castable this turn. So I think I'm going to go after the Pillage the Bog. Makes you sack your 1 creature. It's rounded up. Half the creature's rounded up. Half of 1 rounded up is 1, isn't it? Oh, rounded up. Sorry, not down. Duh. I didn't graduate college. I guess it's like literally blank then. Sorry. Okay, so make me sack this. Sorry. Okay, so we get to go Thoughtseize the Tutor. Hit them with the Den. I think they win with Season Pass loop, would be my guess. Has Lookout been pulling its weight? I mean, Lookout has been like a phenomenal card all week. Exile target non-landing card from your graveyard. Search your library for any number of cards with the same name, reveal them, put them in your hand. So they target Dark Petition to get 2 more Dark Petitions, I guess. Because they should only have 2 left. So 4 mana after this. They have an answer to my Den. Gim, 5 months. Dude, this is so embarrassing. I can't. I would delete my Magic Online account. I would delete my Magic Online account if I had this amount of mana. I go Secret Salvage into Dark Petition, cast Dark Petition, 4 mana left, and I can't, and I just am still dead. Give X 5 months. Thank you. Welcome back. I would just delete my Magic Online account. I think it's rude to say delete mono. I said I would do it. I didn't say that they should. You know. Okay, you can interpret my joke as rude. That's allowed. You can complain about it. You can do whatever you like. That's all allowed. Inbirth, 2 months. Thank you. Welcome back. It was literally one of the funniest turns I've ever seen. Takes my Thoughtseize. Lead on the Surveil land, I think, over the cottage. Killy, 35 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Dude, we're getting Thing in the Ice this league. It's a weird hand, weird board state, huh? I don't think I want to use my treasure or not play a tap land. Just do this. Okay, opponent goes down to 10 here. Oh, Cottage is a horror. But it still gets blocked by the Thing in the Ice, so I guess we can't set up super well for it. Seems fine. Catfish, 13 months. Thank you. Welcome back. They reveal a Thing in the Ice and they play a Death Shadow. So I think I just want to go second lookout into Wrenn and Six ping something. But I think I'm just going to ping one of their creatures here. So they just play Dress Down in their deck, since Dress Down's really sick with both these cards. Thoughtseize actually does get to hit something because they're bouncing everything back to my hand. They're also bouncing the Shadow back to their hand, of course. Takes the Magda, which makes sense since I was about to throw a dragon at him. Bolts, 2 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Make sure this doesn't have any kind of evasion. No menace, no death touch. Just 4/4, makes a food token. Also exiles a card from the yard to commit a crime. Does go after the Wrenn and Six. Resident crime committer. Big top deck for us. Alright, another crime committer. I think I should probably try to... Oh, did I tap on my... Should have Perpetual Red, yeah. I want to try to leave these treasures in play, so if I draw a Magda, I can win the game. I think with that plan, I can also just ping them to get them down to 4 with my having Restless Cottage here. Put a Den of the Bugbear into play, put another Den of the Bugbear into play. Pass back. So did the double removal spell here. There's a Channeler. Got a lot of mana. Okay. Because they had nothing. Take nothing. Good Sudden Edict matchup, I guess. Dude, our matchups today have been 4-color Obnath, Adnaz, Mori Coffers. Now we're up against Grixis Shadow Thing in the Ice. This is like one of the wildest leagues I've played in a long time, and it feels like the rest of the week has been so focused and like all the matchups have been like so like tense and close, and this this league has just been so like deeply unserious. But I also just don't have a sideboard for anything, so it's been tough. Were they dead? I don't. I guess they were. I assumed their hand was nothing relevant there, and we could attack for a lot with our creature lands there. But I wasn't sure that they were dead. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Only this will happen when you register Jund. I don't think Fridays are particularly more silly. I don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna do my best to not surveil something to the yard because of Drown. I want to keep that anyways. Like I would definitely just keep a borderline card there. All right, classic Jund 2-for-1. Any other playable crimes of lands besides Boseiju? Well, we have the Restless Cottage. A red green build with Wrenn and Six Scales. Wrenn and Scales could have merit. Also playing Freestrider. Red green build with I'm assuming Wrenn and Six and Scales. We have played red green Freestrider. We did that all day yesterday with the Valakut version of the deck, which has been the most promising so far, but I think this deck is also pretty sick. Do this before they can Bowmaster me, of course. Totally just content to get my treasure back here and get the crime. Was F6, but I would want to save the Bauble for the crime anyways. So maybe bait a counterspell with Wrenn and Six here. Although if this resolves, I'm going to go ping and then Bauble them. It is like pretty likely that they can kill this, but I think the upside of just being able to get a second land here, I think, is worth not plussing the Wrenn and Six this turn. Judge push. Okay. So we can Bauble end of turn, but this gives them a little bit of a bigger window to kill my Lookout. Wrenn and Six Hardened Scales build with Bloodstained Cauldron. Yeah, I don't understand why you want to play Wrenn and Six in this deck. Is my confusion. You could elaborate. I would love that. So they shock in the Watery Grave, and then they are going to plan to cast a spell after this dress down happens, so that they can flip the thing in the ice, I guess. But then I can kill it in response. Kind of looks like I'm just trying to like get an attack through and get my crime committed. 5 life too. Brand new record crimes. Yeah, I'll look to peek. Okay, so I'm gonna, I think, deal 2 damage to the thing in the ice, and then probably just return Magda. I was thinking about maybe just dealing 2 damage to them, because I think it's pretty unlikely that my opponent isn't going to be able to flip this thing in the ice in response, but is this just one of those situations? I say graveyard this? Is this one of those situations where... Yeah, I think I should just bolt them. They're gonna go down to 6, then down to 5, and I just have like all these creature lands in play. Like this like makes them attack the Wrenn and Six too, which is nice. And I just don't see like a realistic world where my opponent is like Not gonna be able to flip mirror shots. So yeah, they did have to consider. So bolting them ends up being a lot better. It looks like they're also like there's just a lot of pressure on them to not attack too because their life total is so dang low. Getting Magda back is useless with Thoughtseize in the stack. That's not true because there are other targets for Thoughtseize here. This way, they if they take. sorry, not rude. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sorry, chat. Sorry. No problem. Peace and love. Try to banter. Take it all back. Yeah, toxic Dimmy. This is cool. I think it's a good first draft. I don't have a lot of thoughts. So if I Thoughtseize them, can I Thoughtseize and then double activate the den? I can't Thoughtseize and then double activate den, but I guess I don't need to Thoughtseize because if they fetch a removal spell, they lose anyways. No, they don't because they go kill the den, block, and I can't ping for lethal. Oh, I guess double activate isn't lethal because they just take one, then they don't crack the fetch. +1 with Wrenn. Red line drop. Well, I was thinking double activate. Oh, sorry, activate 2 different dens. I'm too focused on. So activate. Yeah, I think I just activate 2 dens. And if they have fatal push, we lose. Oh, no, I can't activate 2. I have to plus. Sorry. I could go activate den and then activate the same den, but I can't activate 2 dens and attack with both without plussing the Wrenn. So I think I'm just gonna start off play my creatures here. Should tap the dens first, I guess. Then I'm gonna Thoughtseize them as a crime, and then we also have Cling to Dust on their turn here. Interesting turn. Drown in the Lock and Death Shadow. So this puts them just dead to the Channeler without any improvement from them. If you had shocked them instead of the thing in the ice, the Wrenn and Six would have been lethal. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we should have just gone after them here. Double den activate with Wrenn and Six lethal. I can't activate 2 dens and attack with both. I can activate 1 den and then activate it again to get a second goblin, but that isn't lethal. That puts them to 1. And I can't if I can plus Wrenn to pick up a land and attack with 2 dens, but that also isn't lethal because they just block the 2 dens and they take the 2/1. Okay, let's give us the GG. And so we lost our first 2 matches. And then we have won our next 6, but the matches have been really weird, and I don't have a lot of thoughts at the moment. It's like the creature. Also, maybe this is a good way to put it. Is that like, in this we kind of solved this last game. Is that Lookout just puts so many lands into play. Lookout puts so many lands into play that the creature lands are just way more online than they would be in other decks. I haven't played a Magda Manufactor deck, but I'm down to try. It's tentatively on my to-do list. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. Fiddlebender and with Vizier of Remedies alter Lesser Masticore combo. Sounds very fun and very bad. The legendary aspect of Magda with 4 of all initiative. Not really. Obviously it comes up sometimes, but like you can even like play second Magda, commit a crime just to get that 3rd treasure for the dragon. Although it's a line I miss kind of often, I guess. I should probably take the Bauble, I would think. But yeah, like the legend rule just doesn't. It's an illusion. Okay. So I could save both Baubles to go lookout. But I think I want to try to find something to do next turn, and that is definitely a good thing to do next turn. So I'm still going to play out my second Bauble here because if they Thoughtseize my lookout, which I guess is more likely they're going to Thoughtseize the Rampage, right? But if they Thoughtseize my lookout, I want to be able to cycle the Bauble. But yeah, the legend rule is an illusion. It's like you just play 4 Wrenn and Six, you just play 4 Teferi, you just play 4 Omnath. It's like if Magda is alive, you're super duper happy because you're making treasures and you're making dragons. Yay, my Magda lived. If your Magda is dead, what do you want? You want a second fucking Magda. Okay, let's surveil one. I think we graveyard this. It'd be the worst. Seems like I should probably go for Lightning Bolt instead, because what could happen is my opponent could cast Orcish Bowmaster end of turn, and then I would be able to, if they hand is Bowmaster and then not dead after all, I'll be able to kill the Grief without getting undied. That's the best 1-mana legendary creature other than Ragavan. Norn the Wary. Norn the Wary is actually kind of sick with Mox Amber, because it's not going to die. Or it can die sometimes. But you'll actually be able to like have a legend for your Mox Amber. So we could do Norn the Wary Sotoro Mox Amber somehow. Heat is really nice because what I can do is I can go Bauble on their turn potentially, and then Heat the Bowmaster on my upkeep, commit another crime, and stop them from getting the Bauble Bowmaster card thing, whatever. Although, let's do this now. Yeah, Rampage is not very good against Orcish Bowmaster. True. We got 1 card left in their hand. I'm going to attack down to 4 life points. Can we stabilize against Scam? Hopefully they don't have an undying effect. I'm going to make them sacrifice a creature. They might sacrifice the army, but they're probably sacrificing the Bowmaster. Did do another Bowmaster if that's their last card. It's not. Down to 2 life points. Did the bolt. There it is. Down a game. Oh, the draw against Goof Scam. What you gonna do? Don't have a lot of sideboard for the matchup, but it's also a matchup where you're just kind of pre-boarded. Rampages do not look great. Edict's really nice because they can't undying effect. I think on the play, I'm kind of down to just play 4 Thoughtseize. Like they can just picking apart the Grief Scam could be really nice on the play. On the draw, I'll probably go back up to the Rampage and hopefully we can just ping the Bowmaster, then use this as a removal spell. Definitely gonna keep. Puts on a mold to 6. You kept this? Just thinking about losing to this Blood Moon. I mean, all my spells are castable through Blood Moon, and I have Jegantha, and all of the spells in my hand are castable. So they should... I guess they're playing this for the Fatal Push. Can't play the Wrenn and Six this turn. I know they have Fatal Push in their hand. That being said, I don't have to play Magda next turn. I have no threats. I'm gonna keep it. It's obviously not amazing. I think it's like slightly better than the average draw. So their hand is Blood Moon, Molten Collapse, Fatal Push, Mystery card. The mystery card was a Pithing Needle, which is probably naming Wrenn and Six. So let's Angrath's Rampage the Needle. Are they going to Blood Moon me here? They kept a 1-land hand. Okay, they don't hit their 3rd land on turn 3. Love that for us. I'm likely just going to surveil in the spot since we know they have Fatal Push for the Magda. But at the very least, commit a crime. Use the Molten Collapse, not too surprised there. Too bad we didn't have a green fetch to get our basic forest. Okay, there's a green fetch to get our basic forest. Maybe it would be good to just play Magda right now. Not bad if they draw Grief. And again, they just have the push. Yeah, my opponent is on a Molten Collapse strategy, it seems. Jegantha notoriously very good against Scam. They found another Bowmaster. I would love for them to cast Blood Moon this turn. My opponent decides to just hold up mana, so they have Push, they have Not Dead After All, they have Blood Moon, and they have 2 mystery cards. So I'm gonna do this so that I can maybe take the Push and then bolt the Magda. Or sorry, bolt the Bowmaster in response to Not Dead After All. Looks like instead we're gonna get Kolaghan's Commanded. Returning Bowmaster make me discard my Mountain. And their hand is Shieldred, which is very scary. Fatal Push, Not Dead After All, and Bowmaster. Let me go ahead and take that Fatal Push. Play the Magda. If I bolt the Bowmaster, they're just going to chump with the Orc. I think that's okay. Really? So they're going to attack with the Orc army, and I'm just not going to block? No? I definitely don't want to use the Edict right now. Okay. Sorry. Let's not concede here. So if I go Wrenn and Six, ping the Orc army, then they Bowmaster in response. And then I do what? Do I Edict? I Edict after their thing resolves? I think I just Edict on their turn, maybe for another treasure. Could just attack with just the Jegantha. Let's force their hand a little bit here. And then it's nice here that the Sudden Edict does not get got by the Not Dead After All, which is again part of the reason to play it. Guess I don't need to upkeep it. So I guess I wait for them to cast the Not Dead After All. Not that it really is going to do a big difference. Yeah, I suppose I should just not let them sack the Orc army and get another one back. Yeah, then we want the Edict on their turn to have a crime generator. So my opponent's hand is Shieldred, Mystery Card, Blood Moon. Second effects are rough. They're, you know. This one's at least good against Not Dead After All. Important to have a density of them in with Leyline Scion on the format. Love that they're Thoughtseizing me here. What it's seen in the Edict for specifically. Murktide, Leyline Scion decks mostly, and then it's in this matchup it's nice that they get around Undying effects. So they're down to 11 life points. We get to Scorpion Dragon them, assuming the one mystery card is not a removal spell for Magda. Draw another land. Might hold it. I don't have another surveil land. I'm just gonna hold it for discard. See if they like. Not that they would end this game really realistically. Use a discard effect. I have a third Bowmaster to ping my Jegantha and kill it. Then if they draw land for Shielded, they stabilize. I predict that their draw was Blackleaf Cliffs. Guess not. So I'm 1 mana short of returning Jegantha and casting it this turn. Why don't I just go ahead and attack with both of my creatures and see what my opponent does. Okay, that's fine. Fine game action to take. Down Thoughtseize on the draw. Anywhere where Treasure Vaults go with Magda. It's probably good with Magda if you have 7 total mana and you can sack Treasure Vault to make 3 treasures and make a dragon. Probably good in that world. Maybe good in this mythical Academy Manufactor Magda deck we're talking about. My opponent has kept 7 on the play. I'm going to keep 6 on the draw. I'm going to put back a land. Wrenn and Six. Nice. Crop Duster, 35 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Let's take a peek. Okay, their hand is not very good against mine. I want to be able to crack the bubble maybe if they draw Thoughtseize, so I want to play the bubble. Let's get a basic forest. They had Blood Moon last game, so like Magda making a treasure could end up being pretty relevant. I'll wait till instep to pop the bubble. Keep a card on top. Obviously, I'm curious. Sark, Confidant, Caustic Bronco. Dark Confidant is, if assuming you're asking about Dark Confidant, you basically never play that card. So they pitch a Bowmaster that they drew, so they can scam me here. Then their hand will be Explosives, Blood Crypt, Mystery card. Yeah, I don't know if Caustic Bronco is modern playable. At the very least, like, I don't know that I would like to play it over. There's supposed to 1-2 now. I don't know that I would like to play it over Magda, Orcish Bowmaster, Dothy Voidwalker, Tarmogoyf. If they have Bolt on top, it's tough. I guess they already have a removal spell for Magda at least. So we'll cycle the Cling, commit the crime. Cottage is kind of dope. So we go like so they crack the explosives. Put Jegantha in our hand. Take 4. Puts us to 7. Yeah, Bolt in hand also. And then I'm not doing enough, so I guess I have to graveyard it. Can't get it back with Wrenn and Six because of the needle either. Do I play Pauper as well? I haven't played Pauper in a long time. I have before. Only I could cling and you only sorcery speed make a dragon anyways. But they gave me a treasure here. So I think what I should do is probably the top card is Fable. Can't Thoughtseize the top of the deck, huh? Let's surveil. Lookout. Rather than the average roll, just gonna go ahead and put this in my hand, I guess, and pass. That's up. They also have the bolts. Maybe I should have graveyarded. Hopefully they're bolting Lookout, not me. It kind of buys me a turn. Just dead to another attack plus the bolt at the moment. Wait, they're holding a bolt instead of casting the Fable? Why would they do that? Okay, so I can go Magda, make a dragon, but then if I Thoughtseize the Fable, I'm dead to grief. I can go Magda, escape the Cling to Dust, and then if they bolt the Magda in response, I can't sack the tapped treasure. Holding Second Seas was really greedy, and we should have crimed it last. I feel like playing Magda was like super fine, not knowing that they had grief. The 2 unknown cards that they had were grief and like and black card to pitch to grief, which was like the main thing we got punished for. But we could have like lost the Blood Moon if I didn't play Magda that turn. I don't know. What if we Thoughtseize first? So if I Thoughtseize first, my opponent is going to Lightning Bolt me in response. and then I go Magda Treasure or Magda Dragon, and I can double block. But then I'm going to die to the Wicked Roll token. If I go Lookout, Cling up to... I go Lookout, Cling. I have to use all of my treasures, which I really don't love. Is it ever just Magda plus Lookout? Magda plus Lookout. And then I can either double block or they're going to bolt me. This is like the most I've tanked in a long time. I love it. I go... if I just play both. They attack with both. I double block. Then they bolt the Freestrider Lookout. They kill the Magda. And I'm in really bad shape. Magda Dragon. They bolt the Magda. And I still have the Dragon. I think it's just Magda Dragon. I don't think I have a winning line. I have a few lines where I don't lose. You know, I have a few lines where I don't lose. I think it's between Magda Dragon and the Lookout Cling. Cling for life. Cling for life. Play Magda Thoughtseize Lookout. That's a losing line. I'm dead to the Thoughtseize damage plus the bolt damage plus the Wicked Roll token. Actually, I think it's just Magda Dragon. I'm just like so likely to have 2 blockers in play for next turn. Why didn't I have an Image 3 preview? It's because I made fun of my Cabal Copper's opponent last round. Made one pretty funny joke, I thought. And they said no preview card for you. But Magda Jegantha. Magda Jegantha is interesting. I like this more. I get to keep the Jegantha in hand, right? It was such a funny turn. They cast this crazy card I've never seen before. Returned 2 Dark Petitions to their hand. They cast Dark Petition. They had 4 mana, and then they couldn't do anything. It was so funny. So funny. Okay, we're still, pretty cooked. We're gonna have to probably draw a 1 mana card to get out of this. Yeah, the treasure token entering tapped is tough here. So now I have to cling to dust to survive. It's kind of hard for them to not have a relevant card here because they have the Fable Loots. Okay, 3-2. The Jund way, huh? Let's run it back. I feel like it's obviously like weirdest league we've played in a long time.